Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all good today? Y'all ate? Good. What you had? Glad to hear it. Anywho, welcome back to the life of Lex. And you already know it's your girl Big Lex. Like, welcome back. Yeah. Life is lifing. Definitely life. Like, I don't know about y'all, but does it just feel like when you start gaining your strength back to, fight back? Because you can't just lay down in the middle of this fight with life. Like, even though it seems convincing, right? You can't do that. Fun story, right? When I was in high school, so the thing at my high school was if you got in a fight, they had police at our high school. So the police were going to take you to the jail. And then your parents had to come pick you up. So when I relayed this message to my mother was like, well, if you get in a fight, just lay down. But I was trying to tell her that, like, even if I just lay down, they're still going to take me because I was involved in the altercation. Anywho, life ain't like that. You can't just lay down. You got to fight back. Because if anybody put their hands on you, you fight back. And my mama she didn't tell me that when I was growing up. And I don't know if your mama told you that if somebody put their hands on you, you hit them back. But let me be the one to tell you that if anybody put their hands on you, put your hands on them. Okay? Fight back. Like, you ain't got to, go for the juggler. You ain't got to just beat them up. But fight back. Defend yourself. And in this walk of life, you gotta learn to defend yourself and say, hey, I ain't gonna let this keep me down. I'm gonna keep going. So, yeah, I'm in that phase where it's like, okay, I'm getting my momentum back. I'm fighting back. But life got hands. She got hands. But I got hands too. Let's not get that confused. Because I used to fight sometimes. And most of the time, there was never a winner declared because somebody had to pull me off of somebody or somebody off of. It was mainly somebody pulling me off of somebody. So the fights were always broken up, so no one actually won, if that makes sense. Anywho, I was in deep thought the other day, and I was just being so thankful for this life I've been given. Like, even though there were times when I just wanted to lay down, not even fight anymore, just let life go, okay? I'm thankful that I didn't, and I'm thankful for those battles because they make me stronger. Like, if I didn't give up then, what make you think I'm finna give up now? You know what I'm saying? So I was in deep thought and, just thankful. And I don't know about y'all, but I have this thing where, well, I think I've discussed it, and I have discussed this with my therapist as well, but when she was talking to me one day, I was like, oh, that reminds me of something I wrote in my journal last night. And then I read it, and then she was like, well, you just cracked the code. So what that meant for me was that whenever something's going good in my life, I feel like bad is immediately on its tails. Like, just when you think life couldn't get no better, it hits a U-turn. It hits a side street you didn't see coming, okay? It hits the dirt road where you get left in the dust, okay? That's my thought process. And as I was in that deep thought, I had to remind myself that bad doesn't always have to happen. It don't have to be bad unless you make it bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they went down a dirt road. We can go down a dirt road too. Like, you want to act crazy? I can act crazy too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they can do, I can do a little better. But if I have to do it, we ain't gonna like that. So, I can either just not worry about it, let it go, keep moving, right? Because life is going to keep happening whether you're here or not. Like, that's just the honest truth. Like, most of the stuff will still be here whether you're here or not, whether I'm here or not. You know what I'm saying? So, while I'm here, I'm going to have fun, okay? I can't worry about the bad because the bad is going to just keep getting worse if I let it. Like, you could stub your toe and, that hurts. Especially the pinky. When you get that pinky, ugh. Okay? So, we can let this pinky can stub turn into something worse, or we can just say, oh, I stubbed my toe. Keep on moving, because you didn't break your whole foot. You didn't even break your toe. You just bumped it. Okay? You can keep walking. You can keep moving. It's going to hurt. But if you're moving just right and you doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to forget that your toe hurts. I have forgotten every single time that I've stubbed my toe because I kept moving, right? Forgot that it was hurting. So that's just how I gotta start coming at life. Like, yeah, it hurts. Stuff's gonna happen and stuff's gonna hurt. That's life, right? Things are gonna happen. Things are constantly changing. Like, this earth is constantly moving. I just gotta move with it. Like, I gotta keep going. I don't want to get left behind. I don't want to lay down and give up, because they don't give out trophies for giving up. They just don't. They give participation trophies now. Like, isn't that what people were so upset about? That Gen Z was getting, awarded for participating. But at least you participated, whether you won the game or not. You should be celebrated for participating. You cannot celebrate giving up. So, it's litty like a titty every day that you are here doing your best. Okay? So, why not just keep trying to do your best? You ain't got to do it. Okay, but try. Okay, but you can't give up. So, that's how we moving, friend. Okay? Bestie, we're not giving up. We are not going to lay down in the middle of this fight. We're not going to just start screaming if somebody puts their hands on us. We're going to fight back. We're going to defend ourselves. We're going to keep going until it's done. Okay, until there's a winner. Don't let nobody pull you up off nobody. Okay, because that's why I can't just actually tell y'all that I used to win fights, because they were always broken up. But I mean, when stuff don't make sense, you gotta break that up. And I was in just it never made sense. But I was fighting. I didn't give up, even though my mama told me to. But we ain't gonna talk about that. What we are gonna talk about is what's ahead in life. Like, as I was in that deep thought, I know I got off on a tangent. I don't know if y'all love it when I go off on a tangent and just start talking about something else and don't go back to the original message, but I'm gonna try my best to work on that. So, back to the original message, that deep thought. So, I had to do affirmations. Like, I had to affirm myself that bad doesn't have to happen. Bad doesn't have to happen. Bad doesn't have to happen. And as I kept repeating it to myself, I started, like, I guess it was doing the reverse effect on me, because I started imagining it getting worse in all the possible ways that it could get worse. That's how my brain works. And then I guess I started having a panic attack. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I got to not focus on the bad that could happen and focus on what is happening. And that's just my usual cycle. Like, I'm always imagining the worst possible scenario of everything instead of just letting it happen and riding the wave. Because when we do that, it happens a whole lot better than what we could imagine. Because what does SpongeBob say? Use your imagination. Okay? We can't just live in fear, right? Because I was doing that for a long time. And I also thought to myself today, I don't know if I was taking a shower or taking a poop, but in one of those occasions, I thought to myself that all of the things I was afraid of last year were just fears that, stuff that could go wrong given the context, right? I wasn't imagining anything good coming out of the context because I didn't want it to get better, to be quite honest. Like, you have just been in a situation and you're like, I've seen this, in a good place, and then it always leads up here. And I didn't see it getting better. So I imagined the worst and I focused on that worst. And then I freaked myself out because I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could imagine it getting that bad. Like, it could get that bad. So let me prepare for that instead of, okay, does this actually make sense for me to be imagining the worst possible scenario while pretending like I'm not? Right? Does it make sense for me to be in a relationship that I didn't want to be in? Point blank, period. Not me, trying to see how bad it could get. I could just be straight up honest with myself and could have just said, hey, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. That's that. Like, I've tried, but I can't do it anymore. Instead of me, like I said, I was imagining everything. I was trying to look for clues in real life to match my imaginations. That's called snooping and lurking. Okay? If you didn't know what that meant. But yeah, I caught myself doing that, and I had to just be honest with myself and say, hey, it doesn't matter if X, Y, and Z was going on. I didn't know it, and I'm just now finding out. It does not matter if I find out today, tomorrow, and 2 years from now, and 20 years from now. It's not going to matter because I wasn't happy. And so it was only on me to move on with my life, I guess. And that's what I needed to do as I was lurking and all that other stuff. I needed to just move on because it's not going to matter. I moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like if Johnny had 3 apples, right? That's one of my favorite sayings now. Like when somebody says something that doesn't make sense, I'm like, if Johnny had 3 apples and gave Susie 2, what is really going on here? But anywho, I'm gonna get out y'all's hair. I did mine so I don't have to, wake up and do mine anymore. I got twists. So, Anywho, love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. And please, don't go fucking up nobody's day. It ain't cool no more, friend. It ain't cool no more. Okay, bye.